Hello friends, this month's take-home kit from the garden is a granola kit. Let's have a look at what's in your bag. Remember, before you begin, to wash your hands. We always want to have clean hands when we are preparing or eating food. Let's see. The first thing that we would do, of course, is to read our directions. They are in English on one side and Spanish on the other. Please make sure that you read all of the instructions. You'll see right at the top here that you need adult supervision, so make sure that you have an adult to help you with this project. And the other things that are in my bag are a bag of oats and a bag of other ingredients. So let's see what our ingredients are. We have raisins. This is coconut oil. We have honey, cinnamon, and salt. And my instructions have a reminder to turn the oven on so that the oven can be warming up while we are preparing our granola. And there was also a couple different options about how we could do the raisins. I'll let you read that in the instructions. I've chosen to pre-soak mine. They're soaking in some warm water right now. And I am going to mix my dry ingredients in one bowl. So I will pour my oats in here. And granola is a really delicious, nutritious snack. Remember that you can also add things, different things in here. You could add different nuts, pecans. I love pecans. You could add sunflower seeds, so many different things that you could put in your granola. My other dry ingredient would be my cinnamon. I love cinnamon. Did you guys know that cinnamon comes from the bark of a tree? Cinnamon is delicious. Also very, very good for you. So I want to make sure I get all my cinnamon out of here. And I'm going to mix this up really well. Oh, it smells so good. Cooking is such a sensory experience. So while you're doing this, think about what senses you're using. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? And eventually we'll also get to taste. And we're gonna feel this in a minute because I'm gonna use my fingers when I mix it up. So in this bowl, I'm going to mix my wet ingredients, which would be my coconut oil, my honey, and then my raisins. I have soaked these two in some warm water just for a minute because it makes them a little bit easier to work with. So I'm just gonna show you, and I'll show you the difference. If you look at this coconut oil, this is opaque, or it looks pretty white, and you can see this one is clear or transparent. It's a little bit easier to stir and work with while we mix it up. So I'm going to pour my coconut oil in there. Think about what parts of plants you're eating right now, because coconut is a seed. It's a very big seed. And my honey, and this is delicious, Nate's honey. It is raw and unfiltered honey. If you have babies at your house, you probably know that babies under 1 year old are not supposed to eat honey. It's not a healthy thing for them. So come on. Honey is also delicious and nutritious. Remember, we can thank the bees for honey, and even though we love honey, what we really thank the bees for is that they pollinate our flowers and most of the food that we eat. Okay, also going to add in here a spoon of vanilla. You could also add a spoon of water. We just need a little bit more liquid in this part. Vanilla is always a nice flavor to add. Put this aside. My spoon again. Stir this up. And I'm going to add my dry ingredients in here. And I'm going to use my fingers because I know they're clean, and I really like to use my fingers when I make food. You want to mix this all up until it's wet, and you'll start to feel the oats were very dry in the beginning. I want to get all that honey and that coconut oil off of the bottom. Oh, it smells really good. I can't wait to eat it. I'm using the oats to clean up the bottom over here and get that all the goodies off of the bottom. And when it's mixed up really nice here, you can add your raisins. And I have drained mine since they were soaking in water. I'm going to pour my raisins in, mix them in. Looks great. And this cooks in the oven on 300 degrees for about 20 minutes. And you can either grease a pan with coconut oil or some other oil that you have, or you can use a nonstick baking sheet like this. And you just want to dump your granola on here. You want to make a nice even layer. You don't want to spread it out too much because it's nice when it kind of clumps up, makes little clumps. So I want to leave it a little bit clumpy like this while I'm cooking it. After it's done cooking, remember that you want to take it out, have an adult take it out. It needs to cool off completely before you eat it. And you also can store it. You can store it in a nice container like this that has a lid. You could reuse your Ziploc bag that I gave you the oats in to store your granola. And I want to remind you to write in your Grow, Cook, Eat journal about your granola, about how you used your senses while you were making this. So the things that you felt and what you saw and what you smelled and how it tasted, how it sounded, crunch, crunch. Granola is pretty crunchy when you eat it. And I also love to see your pictures and hear your stories. So please feel free to share them. At the bottom of the instructions are a couple different ways that you could share with us your experiences. Enjoy your granola, my friends.